The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
It's time to kick off the Carson-Newman baseball position previews with a look at the pitchers and the catchers here with Tyler Shaver. I'm Michael Watchering for the Eagles Sports Network. And Tyler, when you look at last year's group, you had an All-American, Braden Coe, very experienced in everything that he accomplished. And then you had Matt Bradley produce one of the better seasons that a Carson-Newman starter has had over the last couple decades. What did you take away from how those two guys were able to have their best seasons over the last 2 years?
Well, they led by example. I played with Matt Bradley a long time, so I know he's a gamer. He's got that, attitude that he's going to win the game when he's on the mound. And I felt like as a team we knew we were going to win that game when he was pitching. Same with Coe. They're in that All-American year. I mean, he was lights out. It was just more of a mentality thing. You could see it on them. They had that swagger, that conviction that they were going to dominate.
For you, you've dealt with injuries. You've been a starter. You've been a reliever. You've bounced back and forth, long guy, short guy, closer, whatever. When you enter this season, how important will it be for you to kind of solidify the role that you have and get comfortable in that role this season?
I think it's more just like finding a groove. I feel like last year I couldn't really get that groove going. So I think, just trying to understand my role, like what the team's needing out of me, not overthinking it either. This game's already complicated, and as soon as you get in your head, it makes it just that much harder. So I think just keeping it simple, one pitch at a time. Don't worry about the last outing or future outings. Just stay in the present.
How would you describe this year's pitching staff?
I think we're going to be very scrappy. We're going to have to really fight, and I think we're very confident. But we're just going to have to see how it goes.
How important is it for a guy like Griff Hughes, a guy like Hunter Harrington, to take that next step forward in addition to a Jake Wright out there?
It's huge, actually. We don't have Jake at the start of the season right now, so for those guys to step up, Griff, Harrington, you have a couple of the transfers that came in, like Denton. He's a two-way. He's going to help us pitch. He's going to do really good. Guys like Clay Simpson, who really haven't had that opportunity, I think they're going to step up this year.
When you look at a guy like Noah Pridmore getting that opportunity at the end of last year to kind of solidify that role, and then Mason Mooney, there is still some guys with that experience in the starting role coming back to this year's team. How have you seen those guys take a step forward?
Pridmore, Mooney, and me, we've kind of, took the pitching staff under our wing, and Pridmore's shown that he's the leader. Same with Mooney. So I think it's just more of a maturity thing. They've both grown up a lot, and I think the experience that they got last year is going to carry over this year.
When you look at the backstops, you have Harrison Travis back there, who's a preseason all-conference pick, but you bring in a guy like Mitchell Ballant, and you also have Spencer Bright back as well. What do you see out of that group as they call the game for you?
It's very encouraging. Mitch, he's improved so much over the fall. He kind of nervous at the start, but he's gotten more comfortable as the times went on. Harrison, he's Harrison. He's one of the best catchers I've ever seen. And having Spencer, playing with him for 4 or 5 years, getting comfortable with him, I think he understands the pitching staff very well.
When you look at this season, when you guys look at how the year can play out for you all, you won 28 games last year. You've had a lot of winning seasons under your belt. But for this group to take that next leap forward and solidify the position in the regular season in the conference, what's it going to take for this group?
It's going to take a lot of believing in ourselves. So just that inner confidence, we just can't lose that. If we go in a little downward spiral, we drop a couple games. We can't think and live in the past. Tingle has given us a lot of homework over the fall about the mental aspect of pitching. So I think if we use that throughout the course of the year, we'll be fine.
Tyler, appreciate the time. Best luck this year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Tyler Shaver. I'm Michael Watchering here for the Eagles Sports Network.